Hi, and welcome to the 27th edition of Medford Square TV. I'm your host, Melissa Hurley, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hope it was a safe, healthy, and I hope your team won. We have a great show today, and you might have just watched the 5th annual Medford High School Hall of Fame banquet. But don't worry, it'll be on right after Medford Square TV. We have a great show today. We're going to start it off with Dick Kazanjian, the president of the Medford Rotary Club.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for coming down here today. The Rotary has been involved with Channel 3 in Medford for
About 4 years.
About 4 years?
This will be our 4th year.
That's great.
It's been a great association.
And you do a lot of charitable organizations and...
Yes, we use the TV auction, which will be the 24th and 25th of February in 1993, coming up in the next couple of months. And that is a big fundraiser for us. It raises a majority of our capital that allows us to do good in the city of Medford with scholarships and helping out needy families. The Christmas basket program that we do every year, this Christmas coming up, we'll be going into our 10th year of giving needy families a Christmas meal. And we'll have given out, after this year, approximately 12 to 1,300 meals to families in the city of Medford, which we think is a great program.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about the auction for a minute. I know I love watching it on TV. You give out a lot of play tickets and sporting events, and there's many bargains.
Oh yes, there's plenty of them. You get all the sporting events of the city of Boston. You've got the Celtics, you've got the Bruins, you've got the Red Sox. We have tickets that go to ballet and plays. Yeah, they go for usually very good money because the seats are usually outstanding. They're usually owned by season ticket holders, and that really gives you the best seats. And then we also have a lot of service type items that we have. People who give things for massages, for cookies, for ice creams, for dinners out. We have the Bay Tower. We have a lot of these very exciting dinners out that you can also bid on. And specialty items. Sometimes we have basketball, like last year we had the Celtics autographed basketball, and that's going to be a collector's item today because that had Larry Bird's name on it.
Right.
This year here we have a hockey stick that will be auctioned off also. So there are a lot of fine items, from cameras to services, tickets to opera. We've got them all.
And I can tell everyone really gets involved. I know last year I saw the mayor answering the phones and other officials.
Yes, we're very fortunate. We have all the service clubs, the Kiwanis, the Elks, the Legion. We have everybody to help answer the phones out because it really is a community type thing.
Yeah, I can tell.
And we really want that involvement. That was the reason why we started the auction, so that we could get complete involvement of the community, because all the money that we raise goes back to the community in some form or another.
Okay, well, it sounds like a great time. Once again, this auction is February 24th and 25th in 1993. And Dick, I hope you'll come back in January and talk to us again about this auction.
I'd love to. We need you. Be there. Thank you.
We want our Medford Square TV.
There you have it, Joe. Thank you for being a great volunteer. We appreciate it. Thank you, Joe Fortunato.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Volunteer of the Year in the city of Somerville. All right, Joe, all right.
Okay, and now we're here with a lady who is a great asset to the Medford community. She's the director of the Medford Saving Lives program, Sunny Stark. Sunny, thank you for coming down here today.
Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, I know that the Saving Lives program does a lot of benefits to help the program, but the one I'd like to talk about today would be the Holiday Gala on December 4th.
Okay. This is actually going to be the first time we're trying to actively raise funds for the program. The funding as we have it now ceases in the spring of next year, so if we want to continue having things such as Make a Pledge, which is our holiday gala, then we need to start raising funds for the program. So the gala on December 4th is a citywide celebration really to kick off what we call our city's Make a Pledge campaign, which of course is our second annual campaign against drunk driving. Make a Pledge asks people to take a simple pledge to not drink and drive during the holiday season. And last year we had a kickoff ceremony in the square, and we had a lot of businesses, but we want to get real people involved with it. So this year we're having a citywide gala. We're having food from more than 20 different restaurants across the
Really?
city. We're going to have Chinese, Italian, American. We're having all non-alcoholic drinks, but it'll be fun drinks, like Anheuser-Busch is donating O'Doul's, which is their non-alcoholic beverage. We're also having the Students Against Drunk Driving chapter at Tufts University serve as bartenders for the night, but what they're serving is non-alcoholic drinks. We call them mocktails. Those, of course, are of no cost. There'll be some regular things like coffee, you know, people don't really get into mocktails. But there'll also be dancing. We're having music from the 50s that'll be there. We're also having a big auction that evening, and this is something brand new to us, and we have some wonderful items for that. We have like a Celtics basketball that's been signed by all the players. We have autographed books from people like Robert Parker, who, of course, does Spencer. Julia Child has donated one of her signed cookbooks. We have a book by Tommy DiPaolo. If you're a parent, you know who he is. He's a children's author. We also have items like Celtics tickets and Bruins tickets and ski weekend trips. There's a lot there for everybody. So, and I think there'll be great holiday gifts. I mean, some of these. The skater Nancy Kerrigan has donated some things. We even have brought in the Texas Connection, and Governor Ann Richards from Texas has donated some items that night that's going to be auctioned off. So there's a really wide variety and something for everybody. Also, of course, that night we'll kick off the actual campaign. So people that are there are going to take the pledge to not drink and drive. Accurately Communications has also donated a billboard for the month of December into January, and that looks like a giant pledge card, and it says, "We took the pledge to not drink and drive, so why don't you join us?" So if you come to the gala that night, you get to sign the giant pledge card that's going to go up on a billboard. So you know how Andy Warhol says you have your 15 minutes of fame? Well, here you're going to get a whole month of it. So if you come down, you're going to get to sign the pledge card too. So you can see there's going to be a lot of fun things that evening.
This benefit seems like a lot of fun, and you're also helping a good cause at the same time.
Right.
What exactly is the Tree of Life about?
The Tree of Life is a symbolic portion of the campaign. When people sign these pledges to not drink and drive, they're making a promise, of course, to themselves, but they're also making a very visible promise, and that is through a ribbon that's placed on trees that are located throughout Medford. If you're an adult, you have a red ribbon placed on your tree. If you are a student at Medford High School or Tufts University, it's a white ribbon that's placed on the tree. So it's a very public way of saying I've made this promise, and it's also a very visual reminder to people who are just driving that you should always keep the dangers of drunk driving in your mind. So we call it a Tree of Life because that's really what you're doing. You're making an option for life as opposed to doing something very dangerous like drinking and driving.
And this will kick off that night also?
That'll kick off that night also. Mayor McGlynn will put out the first ribbon on the tree, and then people that are attending the gala that night will take their pledge and also put their own ribbons on the tree.
And after this gala, what's your next project?
Well, say the Mega Pledge has several different layers to it. The gala, of course, kicks off for the whole city. This year, we're also doing something brand new, and that's that we're having a children's tree. And that's going to be located at Royal Park. And on December 10th at 6 p.m., children and significant adults, we all recognize that families come in a lot of different shapes and sizes now, but significant adults are invited to come down to the Royal Park at 6 p.m., where the adults will take the pledge to not drink and drive as a special holiday gift to that child that says, I care enough about you to do this. The children will take a pledge to just be safe, and that involves everything from wearing their bicycle helmet to, you know, looking both ways when they cross the street, but also saying no to alcohol and to drugs. So it's also a very serious pledge for them. And then the two of them, or three of them, or however many are there together, will then place a ribbon on the tree there at Royal Park, and in that case it's going to be a gold ribbon. And then the Royal House will be opened afterwards for everyone that's there that night, and they'll have refreshments and things. So I think that's going to be a really special evening for a lot of different people. There's of no cost at all to come down there that evening. If it rains, the rain date is December 11th, again at 6 p.m. So we especially want to invite you to come there that evening because it's going to be the first time that we've done that. And I think it's a really important and special pledge that you can make to that child that's in your life.
That evening sounds like a very special night.
Will be.
And Sunny, I think you're doing a great job with the
Thank
Medford
you.
Saving Lives
Thank
program. And once again, we are talking about the holiday gala on December 4th. Tickets are $10 per person. And where is it?
It's going to be at the Medford Elks Lodge, which they very graciously donated to us that evening, and that's located at 19 Washington Street. If you have children under 12, it's only $5. And you can get tickets at the Saving Lives office. You can get them at the Medford Chamber of Commerce. If you can't get them until that evening, you can certainly purchase them at the door that night at the same cost, too. So most importantly, just come on down. We're going to have
Sounds
plenty
like
of
a
room.
really fun time.
I think it's going to be fun.
Hi, I'm Dick Kazanjian, this year's president of Medford Rotary, and I want my Medford Square TV.
This next video was done by our own Joseph Fortunato. It was taken at the Stoneham Zoo. As many people know, the Stoneham Zoo was closed for many years, but now it has reopened. And this video is about the future plans of the Stoneham Zoo. They will stay open as long as they can afford to, and they will be exhibiting animals in a similar environment as their natural habitat.
Someone told me it's all happening at the zoo. I do believe it. I do believe it's true. It's a light and tumble journey from the east side to the park. Just a fine and fancy ramble to the zoo. But you can take us across town bus if it's rain, and the animals will love it if you do. If you do now. Something tells me it's all happening at the zoo. I do believe it. I do believe it's true. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, this is the entrance of the zoo, and it was a conscious choice to put these biome signs, is what we call them. These are the 6 major biomes of the world, which are larger expanses of different habitats occur in each of these biomes. They are color-coded to the globe, as well as the walls of the exhibits and any conservation types of issues within that biome we can talk about when we're at the different exhibits. But we hit people right off with it, so they know they're not coming here to see mouflon sheep or to see colobus monkeys. They're coming here to see representations of the biome, which teaches the kids a lot more about it than just this is a colobus monkey, this is the tropical forest biome. So we hit people right away, so they are kind of into that frame of thought as they walk through the zoo, and they're going to be thinking.
We only have 5. There are good reasons for this. This is our wetlands exhibit. We don't call it the duck pond, what it used to be called, and that's on purpose. We don't want to teach people just about ducks. We want to teach them about their habitat. Because to save animals in today's world, we have to save their habitat as well as the animals themselves. It's really important in New England because wetlands is a big consideration. The greatest habitat loss is in wetlands, where building condos, shopping malls, those kinds of things. People have got to realize that you've got to save the habitat to save the animals, and that's a very important educational message to teach kids. Okay, this is the second exhibit on our little tour of Stone Zoo. It's the mountain exhibit. Again, we're talking habitats and biomes. This is naturally the type of environment you'd see mouflon in the wild. Zoos really have to concentrate on showing people what it's like to look at animals in a habitat that resembles where they live in the wild. That way, rather than a paddock here with sheep, which might let you get in real close and see the sheep, but you don't learn anything about them. The environment. Here you can see them interacting with each other and all those wonderful adaptations, their special feet, their special coats. You can see it actually in action coming through the different seasons. They actually look different season to season. Here we are in the tropical forest biome at Stone Zoo. It used to be known as the aviary. We really do seek to make this feel like a tropical forest experience for people. The humidity, the waterfalls you hear, the birds, the foliage that you see is just as important as the bird collection. Both are equally expensive. One thing we're really proud of here in the Tropical Forest exhibit is that we hatched out an endangered species this summer, 3 Bali myna chicks, which are highly endangered and have gone into a worldwide effort to save that species from extinction. Tropical forests are being destroyed at an amazing rate, and this effort will help worldwide to bring this species back. We're very proud of that. This is another endangered species that we exhibit here at the zoo. These are called Hawaiian nene geese. They're in deep trouble. So this way we can teach kids not only what they look like, but the kind of habitat that they come from. Yes?
Go right ahead.
Right now?
Yep.
These are green-winged macaws. A lot of people ask us why we don't have the macaws free flight in here. We teach them to perch. The reason is because of the way their jaw is, their mandibles, they would take out all the foliage in here, and our plant collection is at least as valuable as our bird collection in the aviary. These are black and white colobus monkeys. Although this exhibit doesn't really simulate a tropical forest, which is where they're from, the tropical forest of Africa, we're very proud of it because actually in June when we opened, we put some money into building this flight cage for them. They had never seen the light of day. They were in a little tiny glassed-in exhibit with no natural light. So these monkeys, it really was the first time seeing the light of day, seeing the birds fly by, really got them into an open space. You can see their natural behaviors even though this isn't a tropical forest. You can see, like this monkey here is eating some weeds. They are leaf eaters, so people can watch that. In the glassed front enclosure they used to live in, they never had access to natural vegetation, that sort of thing. People couldn't see this natural behavior. So you can teach them something about the habitat, even though it's not the heavy foliage or the temperature. It's 40 degrees out here today, and the monkeys don't like it outside this cold. So we did have to coax them out a little bit, but we still can teach them some of the natural behaviors and adaptations. To see them moving over the trees, through the branches, they never could do that before. So we're very proud of the fact that we could get them outside, get them into a bigger, more natural exhibit. We have 3 monkeys. There are 3 males. And as I said before, they are black and white colobus monkeys. Okay, this is an exhibit we hope to develop really soon. It kind of speaks to the fact that the way we want to make natural exhibits. This really can portray a grassland on any continent in the earth. Probably a mixed exhibit. Zoos really want to head for mixed exhibits, that is, different species of animals all coexisting together that relate somehow in the wild. People that had been to the Stone Zoo before probably remember some of our favorite animals that used to occupy this vast area. We used to have a giraffe, we used to have bongo antelope, and we used to have some African veldt animals like grand zebras and gazelles, those sorts of things all living together. As far as the giraffe and the elephant go, zoos really need to head away from that sort of thing. People my age probably remember, you know, the giraffe and how beautiful it was, but the fact of the matter is they're not cold tolerant and they can't walk on ice, so that giraffe spent about 9 months out of the year inside, alone. That's no way to exhibit any animal. Same with the elephant. Although you could get nice and close to the elephant and see how magnificent he was chained by the ankle. She was alone. That's really, you've got to see elephants in herds. You've got to see giraffes in herds. That's the way they naturally occur. We don't want people taking away the idea that it's appropriate to keep an animal by itself in a cement enclosure. This is the last stop on our open exhibits. The one thing that's important for people to know about this tundra exhibit, does house 1 polar bear, but this is the one exception to the rule that we were talking about earlier about trying to make naturalistic habitats. This in no way simulates a tundra. The reason that we still have the bear here, in fact, when we closed, he stayed here. All the other animals left. We could not find a home for this bear. He's an old male polar bear. It's very hard to place them. We're pretty much resigned to the fact that he's going to live his life out here. So when we did some renovations to his exhibit, it didn't make it any more natural, it just made it more comfortable for this bear. What I'm trying to say is that when this bear dies, we will never put another polar bear in here. Modern polar bear exhibits are naturalistic, they're much larger, they house more than 1 bear, that maybe will have natural rockwork, a large place for bears to swim. Major may not do well in one of those natural exhibits because of his age. This is his home, it's a comfortable exhibit for him, but we try to really get to people when they look at this exhibit. We don't want people to think this is what we feel comfortable exhibiting a polar bear in. It in no way simulates a tundra. But it is his home, he's a beautiful bear, and at least we can teach people something about the animal itself. The zoo doesn't have a lot of money right now. We're hoping we open the best 5 exhibits we have that are kind of into the new concept of the 90s with zoos.
making a more naturalistic exhibit. Unfortunately, it's expensive, and we didn't want to bring all the animals back and put them into unworthy types of exhibits. Some of the ones we saw, like the old primate enclosures, we have cat pits, which we fondly call them, where the lions and tigers used to be. Those are the sorts of things zoos don't want to do, because of the negative reaction that the public has and should have, and because it doesn't teach them anything about the animals or their habitats. So it is a tough sell to the public, because people remember, I know I grew up in this area, seeing tons of different animals in this very, very small zoo, 1 to an enclosure. But I think the aim is towards kids right now. These kids coming in, for the most part, aren't going to remember the zoo that way. They're not going to remember the giraffes, the penguins, the elephant chained by the foot. They're seeing the zoo through different eyes, which gives us the unique opportunity. If we do it right and we educate them as well as making nice exhibits for them to see, it gives us the opportunity. They're seeing it through fresh eyes. They're not maybe going to miss those things. They're going to see that this is the way a zoo should be, not the old concept.
Hope you can all get up to the Stoneham Zoo sometime, and they're really planning to grow and have more exhibits in the future. Right now, we have a video from Nobuoka, Japan. A few months ago, as many people remember, this video was sent to us to the City Hall. And right now, we're going to play it again. Here it is from Nobuoka, Japan. Right now, here's a video of some local Medford residents who each year at Thanksgiving time go to area nursing homes such as the Magoon, Emory, and Clarendon to bring a little joy into some lonely senior citizens. This video is a great video, and I hope you'll enjoy it.
In a
to hear? What song would you like to hear? Alexander's Ragtime Band.
And I thank you 100 times for coming over. This is wonderful. Now I will sing God Bless America.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want the drums?
No,
What?
nothing.
Okay.
Nothing, okay.
She doesn't need
No
anything.
accompaniment. No.
Hold
You want
tight.
to sing with you?
Oh, she's gonna sing
She
by
wants to
herself.
sing
Oh, you
by
wanna
herself.
sing by yourself?
Sing by
She wants to
herself.
do
I
it.
want
She
by
wants to sing by
myself.
herself.
Okay,
She's
go
sure.
All right, Joe.
Go ahead,
Sorry
Josephine.
about that, right?
She's the boss.
Can I get that corner
God,
right here?
God bless America, land that I love.
Oh, yes.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above.
All right.
From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, right below. Just like
Hi there. He got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Okay, Marie, stop. When you walk down the street and you know you're not dreaming, say your head goes on me, but you sing like an old Napolitan samore.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann Frizzoli Harold. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. These are some of the friends of Letty Paterno. Letty founded our drop-in center, if you remember, and we're celebrating or commemorating the 10th anniversary of her death by every year coming to the nursing homes. Right now we're at the Clarendon Hill Nursing Home here in Somerville, and we're heading to the Magoon Manor and to the Emory Nursing Home. And we do this in memory of Letty. Letty, wherever you are, you gave so much to Medford seniors. We could never equal what you've done. So happy Thanksgiving, and thank you all very much. Can we all give them a little how?
Wasn't that great? Mary Ann Harold and the Friends of Letty Paterno do this every year, and we hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving also. Well, the St. Raphael's boys' 8th grade basketball team is on their way to a winning season. The regular season hasn't even begun yet, but already the boys' team has won the well-known and traditional Brother Anthony tournament held at Malden Catholic recently. The St. Raphael's boys defeated St. Anne's of Somerville, St. Francis of Medford, Groton Catholic, and in the final round, they defeated St. Anthony's of Everett to become the champions. 14 teams from throughout Massachusetts participated in this event, and a special congratulations goes out to the junior high school cheerleading squad, who was at every game and cheered on their team. And as one opposing coach summed it up after the game, the cheerleaders made the game. I wish our team had cheerleaders like yours. St. Raphael's boys faced some tough competition, but they hung together and proved that in the greater Boston area, the Raiders are the team to beat. Every team member did a great job, and last but not least, a special congratulations goes out to Coach John Resinito, who spends endless hours of practices and games with the boys. The starting lineup consisted of Mark Domenico, number 22, Pat Toomey, number 23, number 51, Sean Hurley, Joseph Palazzo, number 21, and number 10, Jason Epps, with Chris Kearse, number 20, and David Foley, number 25, playing key roles also. As soon as the buzzer sounded, the celebration began. Pat Toomey was chosen as the MVP of the tournament, and right now, let's watch the team receive their trophies.
Pat Toomey. Mark Domenico. Sean Hurley. Joe Palazzo. Jason Epps. Paul Olivier. Mike O'Brien. Chris Kearse. Mike Crasco. David Foley. Brian Shea. Dan Ziegler. Kevin Murphy. And John Amara.
After that, the team and the cheerleaders celebrated their hard-earned victory at the Medford Burger King. Coach Resinito says that they have been asked to play in a few Christmas tournaments and are looking into other tournaments in Billerica and Berlin. When asked what his expectations for the season are, Resinito said that at the beginning of the season, they sat down together and set 5 goals. The first goal was to win the Brother Anthony tournament. The second goal was to win their league title. The third goal is to win the playoffs. The fourth goal is to win the Archdiocese title. And the fifth goal is to win the New England Conference title. Well, Coach, you've accomplished your first goal, and from where the team is looking, I'm sure you're on your way to winning the New England Conference title. Good luck to the St. Raphael's basketball team, the cheerleaders, and to Coach Resinito. And we'll keep you up to date here on Medford Square TV.
We want our Medford Square TV.
Francine.
Thank you, Melissa.
Francine was the first place winner of the Massachusetts Cable Commissions in the area of public service announcement category. We will be showing you some of her work on Medford Square TV in the future. And here is
Africa, Latin America. These are the places we associate with the population crisis.
But there's a problem in the U.S. as well.
It took just 175 more years to reach 4 billion. It is projected that 6 billion humans will inhabit the Earth by the year 2000.
I'm Francine Amari with another environmental alert report for you and your family.
The U.S. boasts the highest standard of living in the world. Our population is rapidly growing by over 2 million every year. We are damaging our own environment, and as the world's super consumers, we drain resources from every other continent as well. Americans make up 5% of the world's population, but we use 10 times the world average in energy consumption, 6 times the steel, and 4 times the grain.
The size of the human population affects virtually every environmental condition facing our planet.
As our population grows, demands for resources increase, adding to pollution, waste, and shortages. Strains of population growth are already visible in America. Water shortages in Phoenix and Los Angeles, overflowing dump sites and tainted water supplies in communities across the country. In addition to this, the consumption of the average American has increased dramatically. The problem, put simply, is this. A society is not sustainable when it is consuming renewable resources faster than they can be replenished. By these measures, the U.S. and most nations of the world are overpopulated.
What can we do? Well, the most important solution to all of our population problems is population stabilization. The Earth cannot sustain the environmental stress at the current growth rate. In our society, there is a great deal of pressure to have children. As an individual, you can support and respect the decisions of friends, relatives, and acquaintances who choose to have 1, 2, or no children, or who choose to adopt.
And you can promote and support sex education and population education in nearby schools. In 1992, in Massachusetts alone, it is estimated that 7,000 young women between the ages of 15 to 19 will bear children.
Population stabilization doesn't mean you're against having children. We're having our second child. It means making the choice to limit your family. These choices will make a difference. A child's best chance for a happy life comes from a combination of things: clean water and space, parental love, adequate food, and the security that comes from the knowledge that as he or she grows older, the next generation will have these resources as well. See you next time.
Hope you enjoyed Population Spot. It's a very important issue. And Francine, you have other spots that you do also.
Right. I produced, my children are here with me. I produced a spot on household hazardous waste, and I produced a spot on fur, on the facts behind the fur industry, and then I also produced one on global warming and drinking water, how you can tell if your drinking water is safe.
Other award-winning public service announcements. Francine, I want to say again, congratulations on winning first place.
Thank you very
And
much.
we hope that you'll get involved in Medford Community Cable.
Thanks, I certainly plan to.
I want my Medford Square TV. Thank you.
And Mr. O'Brien, I'd like to say thank you for your letter, and thank you about your praise about the Special Olympics story. And I do agree, Frank Polari is doing a great job. And to Josie Dudak, I'd also like to say, no, I didn't get fired. I just wasn't able to come here last week. But I will be on the show this week and hosting it again next week. And Gary Zappelli will be on special assignment from now on. Hope you enjoyed this 27th edition of Medford Square TV. And stay tuned now. You'll see the Medford High School Hall of Fame 5th Anniversary Banquet. See you next week. Bye.
Thank you.